Hello, this is Jeff and Matt with Seacliff Mechanical. Today we're going to be talking about fall protection systems. We're going to get back to you, Matt. First we're going to start with the full body harness. The full body harness is the only harness acceptable in the fall protection system. It's designed to absorb the impacts of a fall throughout points of your body that can handle it. It's not one size fits all. There's many different sizes, so if you were handed a harness by someone who's 6'2" and 300 pounds, and you're 5'5" and 150, it's probably the not right fit for you. It's also important for storage. You want to keep it in its original bag. If you don't have that, perhaps a black plastic trash bag will be fine. It needs to be kept out of the sun in a cool, dry place away from chemicals. If it's in the sun, if it gets chemicals, it's going to damage the webbing, which will. Before you put it on your harness, the first thing you need to do is inspect your harness. What you want to do is grab it by the D-ring, give it a shake, get all your straps where they need to be, and then start the inspection. First thing you do is you look at your impact indicators. These are a little piece of stitching that if you were to fall, will open up and it'll tell you if this thing's been in a fall, it needs to be removed from service. After that, you're going to look at your D-ring, make sure there's no cracks or bends. This particular style for your leg straps is a tongue and buckle. It's got a buckle and straps with grommets. Look at your grommets, make sure they're all in place. Make sure it goes into the lock and can be secure. All free from movement. Then you can inspect the webbing. You want to do this without gloves on. You're going to look at it on both sides, rub your fingers around it, make sure there's no cracks, no threads that are coming through, nothing that's been exposed to the sun too long. Anything like that needs to be removed from service. When donning your harness, first thing you do is put on your shoulder straps. Make sure as you're putting them on, they're straight, they're not flipped around. Then I like to go from the bottom up, starting with my leg straps. For your leg strap, a good tight fit should be where it's tight just to get 3 flat fingers in between you and your harness. Next comes your pelvic strap. And your chest strap. Chest strap needs to be centered to your chest. If it's too low, you could slip out. If it's too high, if you were to fall, it could get into your neck. Now that we've learned how to properly don a harness, let's see it in action. Hey Matt, you got a minute?
Yeah, sure, what's up?
So we can see Matt strapped into his harness. He feels comfortable, you look good. This is the important part about this chest protection. If it was too low, if he were to add a head fall, he might slip out. Any higher, it would be in his neck and that would be very uncomfortable. So I think Matt is very satisfied with his fit. He can be here all day. So that's good. So we got some more things to talk about. The next thing we need to talk about is anchorage points. An anchorage point is a point where you can safely attach your fall protection system. That anchorage point needs to have a safety factor of at least 2. That means it can hold twice the load on it. By load, that means you. That needs to be determined by a qualified person. That person could be a structural engineer. That person is not your boss that says that 1-inch piece of copper pipe should be fine. Now we have anchorage points, we have harness. Now we need a device that connects the 2. What do you think those are called? Connecting devices. We have here an energy absorbing lanyard. This consists of a pack that has threads that will, as you fall, will rip, extending your load and decelerating your fall till you come to a safe stop. We got this particular one has a snap ring on one side and a pelican hook on the other. Any connecting device has to be self-locking and self-closing. You can't. We also have a dual lanyard. This will be used if you were going to be moving around a lot on a job. You have your snap ring that goes to your harness, and then you have 2 of the Pelican or rebar hooks that will go onto your anchorage point. That way you can always be attached from moving from one anchorage point to the other and never be unsafe at any moment. And the last thing you need to make sure you consider before starting work in any fall protection system is a rescue plan. As you can see, Matt here, he's well set, he's got a nice book to read. But in the event of a fall, you need to have a plan if someone falls, whether that be ladders, ropes, some type of rescue system, because after a while, there's a lot of weight on you. You can actually get some damage if you are suspended for too long. So make sure you have your safe fit, your anchorage points, your connecting devices, and your rescue plan, and you should have a nice, safe work environment.